What's up, YouTube fam? This is Dark Angel's Journey, and I'm Shakira. So, I figured I'd get a quick vid in. I'm gonna try and keep this down to 20 minutes if possible, and I'm gonna um, do a quick review and show you guys how my current trade is going. So I'm about 2.31% in profit. And remember, guys, I'm using the demo account to test everything on BitGet, also as a way for me to get to know the platform as well. Oh, hello. So price has been meandering. This has been opened since yesterday. Let me look at my order history. Yeah, so I opened it up on the 24th. Yeah, so yesterday at 3:30. So it's been going for a while, and ooh. I like trades to end quickly, but we can't always get what we want, right? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's a little crazy. All right, so while this is going along, let's see. I'm expecting it to break out and drop down to this next area here. What I want to do though is simplify things a bit and see how we could have traded this insane boringness on lower time frames. So I'm going to use the 15 minute and the 1 hour and the 1 minute, sorry, as 15 minute for finding what I'm looking for, and then the 1 minute for entries. And the only thing I'm going to be using as indicators are alive are my fractal, so I can show the breaks. It's because I'm lazy. I want to draw it myself. My trusty imbalance finder because I love it. My higher low, I love to see what the price is because that can be considered somewhat of a key level as well. And this support resistance area. So I'm not gonna use the channel because those I'm thinking I'm gonna draw myself for the moment. So this is actual price action. This is what's happening right now. And so I'm gonna just hit the replay button and just come back. Let's let's like do something from about here because what I want to know is as we you know as we run around in this channel area here, right, like how could we trade between these supply and resistance areas? And what I'm going to do is, from this juicy break up here, and it's juicy, I'm going to specify a support and resistance area because price got rejected, rejected, rejected. And from that space, and then down below here, here's a nice juicy break as well. Um, so there's a potential support resistance area down here, but I'm going to use this one up here and then see if we can write it back down. So right now we have a beautiful break on the 15 minutes. Nice red candles coming down, strong break. So we've got our order block, which is technically our supply area here. So let me use my handy dandy supply. There is an imbalance right there. And there's also an imbalance here. And then we have this area where prices, this zone where prices kind of been rolling in. So what I'm going to do is, first things first, on the 15 minute, we're seeing a bit of a downtrend, right? So what I'm looking for is for price to come back up this way, retest it, bounce off, and then come back down to this level, even break it, right? Because there is this level down here with a few imbalances. So target areas, right? So given that, I'm gonna start doing this thing where I say where I think price might come back up to. And since we're in this kind of like area of zone, I want to say that try and see if I can grab something here. Um, Actually, I prefer like at the base of this imbalance and then set my stop loss like above that area there. Let's see what that looks like in terms of risk reward and come down to this guy right here. So that'd be a 1 to 7 2. I don't know that I think that's a great catch. So I'm gonna do this above this swing high and then see if I'm gonna get stopped out. Normally I would do ATR. So let's do that. Let's add it in here real quick. 39.4. All right. So from what I consider to be my potential entry, and guys, remember this is just potential. I'm just planning. We'll have to go down to the 1 minute when price comes up this way and then just make a decision there, right? And then but 39.4 plus whatever my entry is going to be. So let's see how price behaves. All right, so we've made a lower high and we're flat. We broke out, came, ate that up, going down. So maybe I'm wrong and we're going to continue this way. I don't know, but let's see. All right, we're in the middle of nowhere right now, so I don't want to do anything. Okay. Even though this is juicy, bullish engulfing candle, do we have like some sort of juicy break where price could come back down from here? We could ride it back up as well. Well, here's a break here, is an imbalance here. There's also this failed break or block right here. So let's tab that out. Eventually I won't have to do all the stuff. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything because it's in the middle of nowhere. All right. So making higher lows. Okay, so price might come back up there. And looks like our resistance area is... Okay, so we're coming down. Okay. So I guess we could have considered this an area of interest. And blind me, there was a nice break right here for a short. Price came back up into it and dropped. You know what? Just for funsies, let's go into the 1 minute and see what that actually looked like. So this is where price, and then it came back up into this. Let's zoom in and see if we can understand what we did wrong. Okay, so price came back up into it. Here's a nice break. And then with beautiful break with an imbalance or a dragon fruit. So that meant that we could have taken a short from here. This is why we keep doing it, you know. There's another break with another entry. You know, so we could have taken a short from anywhere over here and then set our stuff above this thing and then continued on down for that on the 1 minute. How fascinating, right? So that's why we can't be, you know, attached to our first thing. That doesn't mean it's not going to come back up here, but got to look out for other options for entries. Interesting. Let me bring that down. Okay, so what did we miss? So we have this big guy, so we're gonna wait for price to come back up here eventually, which it might. But then we had this other nice juicy break, and price did come back and make a lower high here, which means that it's continuing down. So we could have taken that nice entry to this level here, and that would have been good. Oh, all right. So things to pay attention to. Now, this one is weak, so I wouldn't have paid attention to that. That was a weak break. It didn't happen until, you know, further up, so nothing. Now we have this juicy break here. If price is going to continue further down, this might be another opportunity. So it just got bounced off. It just ate this imbalance and then bounced off of this. I don't know if I how I feel about this guy. So this one's done. We missed it, but you know, other opportunities to consider. Okay, so now we have this break, which is nice and juicy, and I'm sure it's gonna have an imbalance attached to it. So let's prep this guy as a potential supply area. And let's see how price continues. All right, so this is getting rejected off of here. Still made a low. Came back up and ate that. We're turning around. Are we going to come back up? So what I'm expecting is for it to come back into this area and then come back down. Now, what confluences do we have in this space, right, to make it juicy? Um, there's this break here. There's this break up here. Ooh, we have a failed order block. So a breaker block right here that helps to strengthen the area. Let's break a block. So a potential for it to come back up would be somewhere around here, I think. And then what would be like the target for that? All right. And then it got rejected off of this level. So what would our target be if we were to enter into this thing? There's a nice juicy imbalance down here. And there's this level right here. So let's see. Okay, let's continue to see what price does. And all right, coiling up. Sellers are trying to step in. Buyers are like, no, no, let's, it's like the level. It's fascinating the way this thing works. It's turning itself into, um, it goes from red to green between resistance and support. I don't know if I like that feature of it. So we're coiling back up into our potential entry area. All right, so what are we looking for? I'm looking for something. You know what? This thing is, I don't know that I like it very much. I might need to draw my own support and resistance levels, honestly. This is kind of irritating. All right, so let's use the ones that I've drawn up here, and I haven't. So SR area, and then down here around the break, let's see if we have another one, right? Something like that. And let's see. Got multiple rejections. Yep, so that's a good one too. Let's draw our own stuff because all the dynamic stuff is giving me a headache. Okay, so we got rejected off of this area. That doesn't mean it can't break below it. Okay, so are we making a lower high? So let's go to the 1 minute and see what this is looking like. What I'm looking for is some kind of juicy break that would make me feel like I should have some kind of entry, right? Rejected, rejected. Here's a nice break area, right? And it has this failed order block below it, break a block, which has become a break a block. So that seems to be where price has wanted to roll back in. No imbalances up here, but maybe a potential, there's a break here. It's a good one. It's another break here. So I want to see if price wants to come back and eat this first before going down. So what I'm looking for is an entry in the middle of this thing, put this above here, and then set my 1 to 2 down. Let's look to the left here. What do we have? To this imbalance down here. All right, and let's see if price rolls back up, because it might not. Looks like I've missed the boat on the entry, because looks like this order block was a stronger one, and this is where I should have gotten that entry in right about here. And then once this bullish engulfing right here, and then ridden it down. Okay, so we just made a lower high. And see what we're doing. We're gonna be able to come back lower high. Okay. Oh, hello. All right, so now we have a potential for an entry. Let's see. We're just coming back to test it. Do we have anything to say? Okay, potential. Okay, so let's say we set our entry here at when the beginning end of this candle and set our stop loss up here. And again, drop or take profit down 1 to 2 into this imbalance right there. Let's see how that plays out. I think I'm wrong. Definitely wrong. All right. So it rolled back up into this area. So what did I do wrong? I didn't wait for a proper confirmation. I just saw this candle and assumed. That's bad. What I needed to have seen is another break for a potential entry. All right, so we're almost at 20 minutes. I'm gonna stop this one for now. But uh, we've just seen that, combining appropriate price action stuff can get us where we want to go. But, you know, what I'm still working through is the appropriate places for entries. And this one I was forcing, so shouldn't have done that. But once we saw price, change directions, that's automatically, and then it broke this level and made a new high. I should have changed my assumption about how it was going to go. But anyway, this is why we practice. This is why we set it up. I still don't know if let's see, price is coiling back up. Oh, well, it looks like it wants to. I'm wondering if this is that consolidation, manipulation, and then finally come back down. Well, we'll see what happens. There's stop losses to be eaten. So we'll see what happens. Still in a 0.71% profit. So we'll see how this plays out. All right, guys. Have a good Tuesday. Shakira out.